As you sit down with your children in front of the 6 o'clock news, and your children see the outrageous events that are transpiring now at the close of this cycle, shift of the ages, the 0 point moment, where we're being pushed to the extremes of emotion and who we believe we are through outrageous events, some of them that cause a lot of pain. I ask the question, what choice really do we have other than to rise above the polarity that hurts us in the first place? The other choice is to remain a part of the polarity and to be angry and to judge. And this is where discernment comes in. I believe discernment is a powerful tool to recognize what we no longer choose to have in our world and then to make it so by rising above that polarity. Do we turn our backs and walk away from the things that hurt us and disown them? Or is there another way? Can we find a way to rise above the goodness or the badness or the rightness or the wrongness? Can we discern what we no longer choose to have while still being there in a form of love and support? And the gift of the blessing allows for that possibility. Now, clearly, I would never choose to persuade or convince anyone of anything. These are simply possibilities that I'm outlining. I'm fleshing out our knowledge of history and the possibilities of what our lives may mean to us through tenets and codes and texts that were taken out of our common modes of history and circulation 1,700 years ago. And what I invite people to do is take this possibility, and if it works, if it makes sense, and if you find a place for it in your life, then you've got it right this moment. Embrace it and live what it means. And if you hear these words and they make no sense to you whatsoever, the magic is you cannot unhear them. So I'll invite you to place them into a file folder somewhere in your memory called possibilities, and to hold on to whatever belief systems have brought you into this moment, because they are serving you very well. And the moment that one of those belief systems fails you, rather than struggle, trying to hang on and make that old belief system work, let it go with grace. Bless it and let it go. Come back to this file folder called possibilities and allow for what this code of compassion and blessing may mean in your life, because it allows us a level of love so deep and so rich and so precious. And up until this point in our history, it's been so rare. This thinking then has the potential to become the foundation for all that we're choosing to heal and the legacy that we're choosing in our future history, the gift of the blessing. So in summary, as we witness things in our world that cause us pain, go through those 5 codes of compassion and find the one. If you're having a charge, if you're very upset or very excited about something's happened, one or some combination of those 5 are going to light up for you. They will call to you for a greater healing. And that's your opportunity to examine your belief systems and redefine them, hone them finally so that they may serve you even greater than they have. And when all those are finished and you still feel that little something, that little sense of tightness perhaps in your body over what you have experienced or what you've witnessed, and come to the gift of the blessing. The blessing, we acknowledge any thought, feeling, or emotion to be present, resolve the 5 equations of compassion, and invite the gift of blessing into your life, allowing the divine nature of life's offering without judgment. We're asking the same questions today the ancients asked 2,500 years ago. How may we bring peace to our brothers, for we would that all the sons of men share in the blessings of the angel of peace. This is directly from the Dead Sea Scrolls, 2,500-year-old text. How may we bring peace to our brothers? For we would that all share in the blessing of the angel of peace. Listen to what the Essenes said. This is the beginning of the technology. They remind us that we live in 3 places. 3 are the dwellings of the sons and daughters of men. And no one may come before the face of the one, or the face of God, who knows not peace in each of these: body, thought, and feeling. The Essenes equated emotion and body, pretty much one and the same, because they believed emotion is held in the body. So what they're saying is we live in emotion, thought, and feeling to bring peace to others that we all are choosing to bring, and to ourselves. We must bring peace to our body, to our thought, and to our feelings. Must seek peace in our own bodies. Compassion may be our most ancient science. The ability to create a quality of thought, feeling, and emotion that allow us to reconcile the experience and the challenges of life on the one hand. On the other hand, that compassion now is confirmed to create a chemistry in our bodies that affirms life, that heals, that allows us to love in the presence of one another, perhaps in ways deeper than we've ever loved before. So as we recover these ancient traditions and plug in the missing pieces, now we create a new wisdom from which we carry ourselves forward into the greatest opportunity of what it means to be human, the science of compassion, the gift of the blessing, at the time of 0 point, I believe, is a great opportunity for us to demonstrate that mastery within ourselves and in the presence of one another, because we love that much. I have a reading I'd like to share with you in closing. This is a reading directly from the Essene texts, right out of the Dead Sea Scrolls. And when the initiates asked the masters the question 2,500 years ago that we ask today, how is it that we may bring peace to our world, peace to those that we love and hold dear? The words of the masters from that time, I believe, are just as valid today as they were 2,500 years ago. And they simply remind us, they invite us to lift our eyes to heaven when the eyes of others are on the ground is not always easy. And to worship at the feet of heavenly angels when others worship fame and riches is not always easy. Perhaps the most difficult of all is to think the thoughts of angels and to do as angels do. As the children of this world inherit the land of their Father, so we have inherited a holy land from our Father. This land is not a field to be plowed, rather it is a place that lives within us, where we may build our holy temple. And even as a temple must be raised stone by stone, so you will be given those stones in your life for the building of your holy temple. Your temple can be built only with the ancient communions, those which are spoken, those which are thought, those which are lived. For if they're only spoken with the mouth, they are as dead. Your communions are a bridge between you and the angels of other worlds, and like a bridge can be built only with patience. To lift your eyes to heaven when the eyes of others are on the ground may not always be easy. To worship at the feet of heavenly angels when others worship fame and riches may not always be easy. And perhaps the most difficult of all is to think the thoughts of angels and to do as angels do.
This concludes Beyond 0 Point, flute music by Gregg Braden. For more information on programs and workshops with Gregg Braden, please contact Sacred Spaces Ancient Wisdom, P.O. Box 5182, Santa Fe, New Mexico 87502, or call 505-424-6892. To order additional copies of this audio program, or to receive a free catalog of Wisdom for the Inner Life, please visit Sounds True at www.soundstrue.com or call Sounds True 800-333-9185 or write the Sounds True catalog, P.O. Box 8010, Boulder, Colorado 80306. Thank you for listening.